Be neutral and be spongy. Just be, cool, man. Cool as a cucumber. Respect every scene and just learn from it all.
Welcome, everybody, to Nashville Drummers Podcast, episode 27. Today, we had the pleasure of interviewing my buddy, Tayvieon Graham.
He talked to us a lot about his non-drumming hobbies, a lot of carryover between the techniques of being an athlete, specifically in your golf approach and the drums, which I thought was pretty interesting.
One thing I really have always appreciated in talking with Tayvieon, and this comes up later in the podcast, respect for people and other musicians at all levels is extremely important and in the forefront of his mind and his approach to being a professional. And that's something I can get behind. Before we get started, I'd like to take a moment to thank our newest sponsor, Drumbox, Nashville's newest practice space for drummers. We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Nashville Drummers Podcast featuring Tayvieon Graham. Hey drummers, do you need a place in Nashville to practice on actual drums? Drumbox is Nashville's newest drum practice studio. Book sessions online and get the space to yourself. It's fully equipped with 2 kits, cymbals, hardware, and even sticks are provided. 30-minute, 1-hour, and 2-hour sessions are available at www.drumbox.space and use the coupon code NDP25 for 25% off your first session. Again, that's www.drumbox.space. You're doing swinging lessons today?
Yeah, doing a little swinging lesson today. So I work at a golf course. That's kind of what I do.
Yeah. On
the side, kind of sort of from maintenance to swinging to everything golf. So.
All right, so give me some good, because I'm just shit at golf. Give me an outline.
Oh man,
you don't have to give away like industry secrets if it's like
all right.
business.
You just simply, you want to get a good stance and you want to get a good fluid motion. Like it's people that play like baseball stuff like that. They have a natural outward swing. With golf, you kind of want to sweep the ground and then come all the way through, but keep your eye on the ball the whole time. I think that's like people's most like problems. Like they look up too fast, and when you look up, it could go any direction or anything like that. So,
like looking up as you're swinging,
right? Really,
you keep your eyes there.
Even when you hit all the way through,
you follow it with your eyes.
No, keep the eyes down the whole
keep
time.
Your eyes down. Oh, okay.
Then you look up after you swing all the way through. Then you look.
Oh,
it's like that
weird. It doesn't feel natural.
Like,
let's see what it's doing.
And then you look up and it's like on the green. It's
you're either cursing or you're
like,
all right, let's wait till this drops. And
Oh, okay.
Or
it's definitely challenging. It's definitely challenging. I didn't grow up playing golf, so it's definitely
that was my next
for
question.
Me, but
yeah. How do you go from drumming to golf?
I have no clue. One of my best friends put me on it. And at first I hated it, and then I started connecting with the ball, and I was just like, okay, maybe I can play a little bit.
It's like two seemingly completely opposite hobbies, but maybe related, right? Like technique in the swing, technique with drumming, obviously.
I feel like the fluidity and both relaxation, power, and connectivity that you need for that.
Absolutely.
It does probably transfer over. It's probably some peripheral.
It's definitely a discipline thing, It definitely helps. Patience and stuff. That's a very tedious, patient, expensive sport.
Yeah, for real. For a little bit, I was living near a golf course, and I found
sweet.
There was like I can't remember how much membership was. Whatever it was, I remember it being so cheap that I planned on, like, you know what? I've never been a golf guy at all, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to get a membership. I'm going to really I'm going to start golfing. This is going to be awesome. And then that house got sold out from under us. Damn. So we had to, which is fine. I didn't need another hobby. I didn't. Gotcha. But it's fine. But
we got to do a Nashville Drummers podcast outing with Jake Summers because he golfs.
Oh yeah,
for real?
I heard.
Yeah,
that's right.
He's probably pretty good. I mean, someone that does it pretty often.
We should.
I definitely want to see
a lot of fun.
Yeah, that'd be a nice little.
You know Jake?
Yeah.
Dude, that's
good friend.
Let's do it. Let's make that
he just played the Grammys. Speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congrats to Jake. Shout out to Jake.
Dude,
so cool.
Love you, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm taking a note of that. We're gonna make this happen.
Let's do it. Golfing with the drumming.
Have some brews,
Yeah,
Dude.
gotta have the brews.
Dude, but let's we have a lot to cover as far as drums go. I've been wanting to Well, I've been wanting to get a lesson from you for a long time, and I really wanted to, in that lesson, just say, how the fuck are your hands so fast? And what's the story behind that hand speed? I know there's quite a story to share with us.
Yeah, so it's weird. So I didn't really, I grew up in church, so I grew up seeing a bunch of cats doing a bunch of crazy chops and crazy hard gospel songs and crazy parts, tedious rehearsals and stuff like that. So, I always wanted to, I think that's where like wanting to go fast came from, was always seeing like somebody just go fast. I was like, okay, maybe that's what drumming is. It's just to go fast.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
What's it? Mike Mitchell calls it sporty drumming.
Yeah, sporty drumming. And another crazy hobby is I speed skate.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's like a different weird. Yeah.
You got some cool hobbies.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that in a minute.
Yeah. Well, speed, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like, grew up in church and stuff like that, and just I think when it transferred over, kind of in my mind, to my hands, was whenever I kind of joined marching band. That's what really got me, right, because it consolidates you to one drum. So it's like you got to make what you do on a big drum set right here. And that kind of messed with my mind because I'm used to like doing all the stuff and all that stuff. So when I had to play snare and stuff, it kind of like rudiments and just pounding, then marching at the same time, playing different secret, fields and all kind of chops on the field and marching at the same time that's what really I feel like brought me to that next level of like, okay, I feel like I can be fast. But now that I'm fast on this one drum, how do I put it on all the drums, kind of sort of thing.
Right. Which is the thing that, like you said, you started on the kit.
Right.
And then you kind of downsized.
Right.
Like, how do I apply what I have on the kit here and make this feel big?
Yeah.
And then, how do I bring that back out and put that on the kit again?
Yeah, it was crazy. And then I was too small to play tenors. So I couldn't,
right.
I was
you gotta
way
be
too
tall.
heavy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that helps.
So my best friend got the job, so I never got to move around, so it was just straight snare.
So did you do DCI and
I tried out. I did not. I did not
auditioned.
make it. I did
Gotcha.
not make it.
Man.
It kind of humbled me.
Yeah,
Because I'm thinking, I play drums too. Like, this could be easy. You get to sheet music, weeks ahead. I tried out for it's called Louisiana Stars.
Yeah.
It's actually like our only corps in Louisiana that I think we have.
Yeah, is that where
competes
you're
and stuff.
from?
Yes.
Cool.
And did that. Went to the the camp. Got the 1-2-1 thing. I got to the second round and kind of got serious. I didn't know that reoccurring people that march already can try out. So it's like these guys know like the rudiments and the stuff, like just killing them. I'm just like,
Oh, shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
You said the 1-2-1. What were you referring to there?
So like,
Is the cadences? Or?
no, like they'll, after you do all the rudiments, cadences, warm-ups like that, the actual band director himself would come, or the drumline instructor, percussion, whatever you want to call it, would come over and just be like 1, 2, kind of like more elite people. And then a group of 2 that's like 50 to 80 people, because like
So
it's like
A level,
100
B
to
level,
right.
kind of starters.
Right, people that kind of like, let me go ahead. These people are good. Let me go ahead and hold on and see how really good they are. Then some of these people, we need some more people on the line, kind of deal.
Yeah.
So I got that kind of deal. I didn't get a 1. I got a 2. So
They're
I'm
like,
in this room,
they're like Tayvieon, triple flam, paradiddle, go.
pretty much.
Yeah.
And the whole line in there is just like, a lot of pressure. But no, it was fun experience to see guys like really like take that serious and like take it to the next level and be able to like really play and like, because I've never seen that, like that DCI world, and that's a whole different
Oh,
planet.
you should. Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
intense.
I've been to one like competition, but after that, it changed my life. I was just like the dynamics and like how people can just,
Like you said, the movement too. Once you've mastered your instrument and
Yep.
the licks, then you got to freaking move around on a football field.
Right.
With 100 other kids.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I remember we had a show in high school. We learned the sheet music, march, do all that stuff. Then we had a like dance instructor come in and like teach us. Like we had these like weird ballerina move things with the drum. So you had to learn how to keep your core. It's all about keeping your core and breathing with the drum and being able to move fluently. It was, dude.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that people like it goes that deep. And
That makes sense. You got to be graceful too.
Yeah.
That's like I want to say, have you seen Pumping Iron with Arnold Schwarzenegger? It was supposed to be a documentary. It's definitely, there's some like dramatization happening.
yeah, about him being a bodybuilder, is it?
Yeah, it's
I think I've seen
his final Mr. Olympia,
Got
where he was going against Lou Ferrigno, and it was like,
Got you.
really they were like, he's gonna win, but let's dramatize it and see if we can make it. They already knew. He was like, he's got it in the bag. It's Arnold. He's at the top of his game. He's better than he's ever been. You know, but I believe in that documentary, they're doing like a posing class. It's like in a ballet studio. She's like showing them how to move gracefully. That's that. That. Like, you can't have these like stiff. You're these big guys now. You can't have these stiff movements. It's got to look beautiful on stage and out there. If you're in the drum corps
one
world,
wrong step is a whole rating almost in those worlds. You know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You look at like the top, some of those final scores, and it's like 0.1 differentiation.
Absolutely.
It's like you can't tell. It could be political. And it's like there's complaints that it's the same top cores every year, and it's you know, that kind of thing. But
got you.
So you mentioned like the flow and like kind of keeping your core, and you also mentioned how you didn't make it. What's like a takeaway looking back at it now from that whole drum corps experience?
I think that was it. You know, I didn't really have problems with, you know, reading the music or kind of learning it. You know, I was always a guy to go home. I love practicing drums, so that was easy. Like, go home, practice what I love. Okay.
Yeah, and you needed to for that.
Yeah, easy. That was easy. But I think the hard part was the fluidity of it. Like, you have to, like, it got down to the wire to where it was like, we want to see you do a flam in molar technique, if you're familiar with that. Molar is like, you know, like a very fluid, but we're used to really
these tight motions.
Right. So it's on spot, like, like, now I have to be this guy, like, doing, like, because he wants to look a certain way. Now you learn the music, you know everything, you made it. Now it's like, okay, now can you do it smooth? And it's like,
those final touches.
Yeah, it's really intense. But I think, if I could take anything away from it, it's just how those guys are just really smooth and like just kind of like familiar with how it works and stuff like that, you know.
So that pressure, I'm curious because when you know Howie, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. When he was on here, he was talking about how when he was growing up in church, they had that pressure. It's like, because if you were playing like during offering and you messed up, like the next second you're being pulled off the kit and someone's being put on there to play. And so I'm like, did you have that pressure in church too, or was it?
Oh yeah,
okay.
I know exactly. Yeah, you don't mess up in church. I mean, you do, but you don't. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to kind of be that guy, like, because you know they'll just call you out and kind of like embarrass you, or as he said, pull you off the drums, and the other guy gets on and shows you how to do it, and then you know. The whole process of it all. But yeah, definitely true what he said, for sure on that.
So you were in going into drum corps, you're like, all right, it's a different pressure, but it's still just pressure.
Yeah,
and I am accustomed to this. Yeah.
It was just the perfection of what he wanted. Yeah. How, because it was like, well, what if I really like don't play? I can get it out. It won't necessarily look like that.
Yeah.
And that wasn't enough. And that's what kind of was like, okay. Which is cool because like, I think they're kicking like, 7 to maybe 10 guys, 13 guys. Not really a big...
Snare line?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He can get up there for sure.
Yeah. Not really too big because the core, but I think 7 to 8 guys. So it really out of 80. So it's like everybody got, you know, Dynasty snare, all these crazy snare, Pearl snare, you know. All the brands are there.
Yeah.
All the kids are bringing the cool stuff. And it's just like a couple of those kids in there just... Those the guys.
Yeah.
Those the guys to get the job done. So...
Yeah. How was it like, because obviously there's the individual component of you learning, every person has to be kind of masterful separately, but then obviously it's the core, it's the unit. Nico Medina, you know, Nico here in town, another drum corps guy, but he talked about just like you have to act as one,
sync,
right?
Yeah,
you have to be
absolutely.
in sync. How was that for you? Like you said, practicing was easy for you, but then was there a transition to then connect with the other players and have to kind of mold and maybe even teach those around you?
It was just because of short notice, you know, you get like a couple of days, you know, you're up there. So it's kind of cool because you get cool with the guys, you know, and you get cool with the good cats, you know. So like you're hanging out with all the who's, and some of the cats so confident, they're like practicing like already like field music. Like, how did you even like get, like, you know what I mean? Like just showing off, like out, like doing the chops. No, like you get close with the guys, and like I have a lot of military in my family, and it's all, you know, like it's almost like being a unit. They take that so serious, like mind, heart, soul, body. So like if you just be around a person long enough and play with somebody long enough, it's just like you hang out together, you play together. When you friends with everybody, it's just like, man, let's have fun. And when you're having fun, that's when the magic happens.
Yeah, man.
That's when they get them crazy and crazy ratings. And I'm a Blue Devils and
Cavaliers.
fan.
Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah.
So I love seeing people just like kill it and sing, all the like crazy dynamics, and I love it, man.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to that. Yeah.
We need to. I want to go, and if there's ever an opportunity for us to go and watch.
100%.
Really,
yeah.
really.
It's usually a show in
You never been?
Murfreesboro.
No, not
Man,
really.
it'll blow your mind. I'm serious. Like,
it really will.
It's just crazy because it's outside, and it's like that really shows you how. Because I've played I've played show band style, and I've played core, and I've played DCI, and it's like it's a whole total 3 different kind of dynamic duo, weird kind of deal. Like you can go from all the way being structured, all the way being blasting, all all being polished and structured. It's like wow how you can get all 3 in different styles and different people, different environments.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Dude, okay, so let's talk about how you got here. What brought you to Nashville, our humble little city?
Humble little city. I grew up in a small town, Louisiana, called Alexandria, Louisiana. So I'm like 3 hours from New Orleans, 3 hours from Baton Rouge, 2.5 hours from LSU.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's kind of all in the same area, kind of connected through, the river to the Gulf. I was in a rock band in high school growing up and junior high. So I was going to school, marching, prep rallies, gigging, coming home, studying, trying to.
Sounds like my childhood. Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of rock band? Are we talking like Chili Peppers, like grunge, Linkin Park?
At that time, Kings of Leon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like Sex on Fire
Nice.
stuff. Yeah. All into
Love
the Foo
that.
Fighters. Yeah, loved it.
Yep.
Loved it all. And doing that on the weekend, kind of like feeling like a mini rock star, getting to get out to school life and do that stuff. But we decided that, after senior year, we wanted to take it serious. And like, we were searching, like, I got family in Anaheim. We were out there looking and, just wanted to be really, somewhere central where we can kind of, affordable and kind of, be able to branch out in a way that's not too oversaturated, but enough to get business done. Because it's kind of hard in Louisiana to get rock and roll. Kings Leon maybe is one of the closest, bigger rock bands to the South that kind of put South on the map. So it's only like Zydeco and like more Zydeco. And jazz, and blues, stuff like that, towards New Orleans way. But
for sure.
So we really wanted to kind of break out of that, and we came to Nashville and kind of was scared at first.
What year was that?
I think it was 2017. So that was the transfer to Nashville, and ever since, man, it's been a whirlwind. Like Nashville is definitely like the place.
Yeah, man.
I think so too,
One of the
man.
places for me, for sure.
I've had this conversation with so many people. Like, yeah, man, you really think I got like, I don't really want to do like the country thing. Do you really think that Nashville is a good place for me? I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I do. And for like 100 reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that same because I'm from New York and like I had no country upbringings whatsoever.
Got you.
There's definitely the stereotype.
Yeah.
Like it more than anybody playing on Broadway. Yeah. I feel like that's almost like the minority. Like you go out anywhere else, especially if you live here. I live in East Nashville and I'm always going out to rock shows.
Yeah.
On Gallatin alone, that one street, all those venues.
Yeah, it's true.
There's no country at all. There's pop, rock. I mean, everything's here. Jazz is becoming a thing.
I defy you to show me the last time a country band has played at the Cobra, please, or the East Room.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Ever.
That don't even.
We played some wild
What's
ass
crazy
prog
is
shows
I didn't
there.
have a lot of country in my catalog,
Yeah.
But when I came to Nashville, I really fell in love with some country music.
Yeah.
I really did. I like respecting. I'm such a big, humble, like, respecting kind of guy. Like, I like to respect all forms of music. Because, like, you can always learn from everything. Like, country got a pocket that is just for that, And if you don't know how to, some people, you might think it's simple. And you're like, oh, that guy's up there on that big stage just playing all simple. And, like, there's a certain way how he plays and does the setups is what they call it.
Yes.
The setups, it's just, it's a different style. And I like to learn everything.
Yes.
So for me, I came, I kind of liked it. It was different. I wanted to be in everything, the punk rock, the house shows, downtown, East Nashville.
Love it. Yeah.
When I first moved here, I lived in Franklin. Like a little far from all the action.
Yeah.
Nice and quiet, but just a little too far.
And tell us, what's your current gig?
Well, my current gig is my
Or gigs,
personal.
yeah.
So I play for a band called 8 Ball, which is a couple of older guys. I love these guys. These are like my my grandpas, like, they gonna hate me when I said that. But, like, my mentors, in other words, they kind of, like, old rock guys that really still want to do it, putting their best foot forward, you know, all their funds and fucking going for it. Like, just, you know, the whole touring life and doing that and, you know, working with them. And just, you know, I've been focused on my personal project so doing my personal stuff and between them is kind of like enough for me to, you know, touring and being at home and recording and doing that thing is enough for me to kind of consolidate my time and stuff like that. Those are my two main gigs. I kind of keep it simple. I like to keep, like, I don't know, I feel like people can get overly busy, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, definitely. Especially when you're moving to a new city.
Yeah, and I think I did that at first and kind of burned myself out really fast. And I was like, dang it, I wish I could have, like, you know, drawn it out a little bit. Because, like, when I first came here, you know, you want to connect every jam, every night, every day of the week, 4 or 5 months. And then over time, it's just like, you know.
You're getting texts from numbers you don't even know who. It's like,
right.
Yes, the gig is,
Yeah.
Dude,
Here's the set list.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Oh, my buddy, a guy who moved away a while back, my buddy Tyler Lydell, who's a great player. His first few months here, he was like, dude, I racked up so much credit card debt because I was just going out every night, going to all the jams, just going out to bars and meeting people and networking. He's like, but then he was like, you need to do the same thing because at the time, I was doing nothing. I was just like practicing at home. I'm like, he goes, that's cool. Like, you're awesome, but no one knows who the fuck you are. So go out. But that was that. You're like, every jam, I think you did it the right way, even though, like you said, it was 2 months.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'd rather start by going in way too hard.
Absolutely.
Let's spend a little bit too much money.
Yeah.
Be like, all right, okay, let me chill.
Absolutely.
Let me, it's easier to pull back.
Yeah. I wanted to learn the system. Like, I knew there was a system here, and I knew I didn't know what was going on. So I kind of, like, wanted to be involved in everything because, like I said, like, I like learning and, like, kind of knowing what the deal is, what the groups is, you know, how to play this. And at the time, I was actually underage, so I kind of couldn't play. I had to tech.
Yeah.
So I just sat under people and watched, which I was used to because of church.
Right.
So I just sat down and...
How valuable is that, you know? Just absorbing.
Humbling.
Yeah.
Sitting there,
It's like,
and then, you know, eventually over time, they were like, play percussion. I was like, moving my hands. Happy. Let's do it.
I'm in.
Yeah.
You know, at that point.
Add the electronic pad in. Now we getting spicy. You know what I mean? And it went from there. And then eventually people started trusting me with gigs. And
I've been, you know, I pay attention to my friends' social medias as much as I can.
Got you.
Seen you like posting a few things just here and there of like being downtown and playing. I'm like, I wonder if he's doing that now. Like, if you're playing downtown, please tell me.
Oh, no,
I want to
absolutely.
come watch it.
It's always, most of the time, you know, passing by Tin River, and they be like, hey, Tayvieon, come play. I'm just like,
yeah, sure.
Sure. Go ahead. Absolutely. 'Cause I like to go out and, you know, chill. I just like to, like, even on my social media, I like to show that, like, I feel like a lot of drummers feel led to be robots.
Yeah.
Like, post video. And, like, we know people do other things.
Yeah.
You know, like golf. Like, I do other shit.
Speed skate.
Yeah, I'm not scared to post it. So, like, you know, follow me, you may see skating video, you know, drum video. I like to show, like, you know.
Yeah, it's
like
your authentic self.
Yeah.
That comes up a lot, just like how to grow a following. And I was going to ask you about that too. Maybe it's just a good segue.
Yeah.
Because I was checking you out just before the interview, and I was like, oh, damn, 30,000, I think, followers. And talk about how you've navigated the online world.
Algorithm.
Yeah, the game that we're all playing, right?
The algorithm is so important. Knowing when to post, knowing how to post.
Yeah.
I think one of the craziest things, because I'm 24 years old, so I'm still a little young buck. I don't know, I guess for my generation, I feel like being modern, but still keeping your roots with being cool. Yeah. That makes sense. Like, that's what I want to master. It's like, still keeping what I love, but making it appealing for everyone can kind of... Because, you know, you got new people coming up. You got to respect the older people. You got to respect, you know, other generation of things. So kind of just, you know, staying with the times, you know, like doing videos, posting, you know, just showing different aspects of life. Following influencers, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, seeing how they post certain times.
What things are you looking for? Because it sounds like you have a really good eye, especially coming from that generation, you're following influencers and probably non-drummers,
Right,
musicians.
absolutely.
Like, what is something that you're looking for as you're scrolling and you're like, oh, I'm gonna, maybe steal that trend or like that type of post? Or
I feel like everyone has an element.
yeah,
Like this guy here is like one of my favorite drummers in Nashville. Promise. I first moved here and we started playing the guy. I was like, this guy is phenomenal. Like, why is this guy like not the best? But nah, like I really feel like, you just really gotta, everybody has these cool elements about them. Like I look at people like Kevin Hart, he's funny. But he's funny in a certain way to everyone. Eventually, it may be a little goofy, but you smirk or laugh a little bit.
Yeah.
It may be a movie he's in or something. Like, it's an element of like, okay, he has laughter, or this person has this entertainment, or this drummer has a certain way of mixing style of, you know what I mean? And I look at all that because, like I look at what they do and their success, and I just, I try to learn and then do it my own way. I'm never a copy. Like, even for drum, like I never could sit down and be like, how did he do that chop? Like, that's really hard for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, for me, I like to hear and then be like, okay. Like, I listen for like the speed level of it, when he crosses hands. Not really like the notation of what he do. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? So that was always me. Same with social media. Like, I didn't want to never like be like somebody or be like a copycat or try to do the same thing. I wonder like, okay, how do they do it? So I need to perfect my element to put it out. People can understand what I do, kind of, sort of. So after figuring that out, I feel like kind of started catching on and catching on and catching on. So
that's great advice.
I like what you said about like a lot of drummers do feel like you need to, you have to be a robot. Just like, I'm just going to post a video and this and that.
Yeah.
Like, and I've had that. I'm like, I don't really know what I'm doing with social media. I'm like, okay, I know that I have to put things on it, I guess. Okay, I'll do that. And once in a while, I'm like, okay, I'll put something up. I'm like, all right, I know I can see how it is a powerful tool, but I'm not quite sure how to use it for my best advantage. Yeah. But I have noticed that the people, there are a lot of people, a lot of drummers who are who have massive followings on social media, who don't post that much drum stuff. They'll just post life stuff. Like, this is what I was doing today.
I love that. I love that.
This is a restaurant I went, this is a vacation I went on with my girlfriend. Those kind of things. People, it seems to me that more regular people, not just drum nerds, they're looking to see that stuff because most people aren't drummers.
Right.
Most people are like, that's cool. You play drums, and I've followed you because I thought you were interesting. Yep. And now, what are you doing? They're trying to live vicariously through you. Like that's only drummers are going to follow you just for drum videos. Right. That's which is
that demographic is very important.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Are you familiar with Justin Scott, J. Scott drummer? I think that's his handle.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna get him on. He might be one of our first remote guests here soon.
Yeah.
But I just was thinking of like, totally agree with what you're saying about just having like that one thing, because it could be as simple as the camera angle for those videos, right? Like,
I definitely think
there's so much you can do. It could be a cool overhead shot, the tuning of your snare drum. That could be enough. He talked about that in his masterclass that he did at Forks in Nashville, which is sweet.
Yeah. Which I'm so sad that I almost said glad, and I did not mean it. I'm so sad that I missed. Man, I'm glad I missed that.
I don't know. I think people, I'm not going to down social media, and I'm not going to down people that really do post a lot of videos, because people do, some people use it as a business aspect, because, artists want to see people play, so some artists don't want to see personal pictures. They want to see, so I respect those as well that, get it how they live, with the videos, because I love watching videos myself. Yeah. But if you are trying, it just what audience that you're trying to.
And what you're trying to get out of it.
Exactly.
Because there's that mass appeal, which is going to lead you to doing certain things, but not everybody needs that. There's some people that are totally happy in a niche situation, and they don't need 1,000 followers or 1,000 likes on a post,
No, absolutely. It's been a journey too for me. I've just started, I'm now the lead singer in my band. So
no kidding.
Yeah, so I'm singing and playing drums. So it's been a very tedious journey.
This is with Whale?
Yes.
Okay, when am I going to hear this stuff, man?
We had a show, actually, Christmas. We kind of had like a crazy 3-week rehearsal, 4 days a week kind of deal, like private room, just honing in and getting tracks. And we played at a place called Love and Exile.
Yeah.
And, brung in a board. We did a live recording as well. We're still working on doing stuff like that. But, yeah, it was different. I wore the, like the whole lapel mic,
Whoa.
Yeah. So it's been a different journey for me. Like,
Dude, wow.
Diet-wise, I didn't know singers have so much pressure, man.
Yeah.
I'm used to being back there just playing drums, eating snacks. You know what I mean?
It's like what do I do with like, if you're out front,
yeah. And I'm getting off the drums. Like, so I have somebody coming in sometime and playing. So now I'm like not even behind the kit. So now like my body's like exposed.
Yeah. What do I do? How do I not look awkward?
Weird. Yeah.
That's
No
I've learned,
cold water. No more cold drinks.
Yeah.
I shouldn't even been drinking this.
warm or lukewarm at
Yeah.
best, but not cold ever.
Yeah.
Good.
I take vocal lessons now. I'm laying on my bed, like singing on my back. And it's just been, I just want to take it serious, and singing rock music. So it's insane. I know the only guy I know, really. I know maybe one other guy. I'm not familiar with his name, but I know Anderson Paak, so
Yeah.
he's one of the guys I kind of
We know Anderson, yeah.
Yeah. I heard of him, I think. Yeah. Dude, he just played like a low-key show here under a pseudonym. Did you see that?
Yeah. I was like, man, I knew about that, man.
What was it? I'm trying to remember what he called himself. I gotta look it up now. It was just like I was just cracking up.
Man, is Anderson a big influence of yours?
He's a new one.
New one, yeah.
Yes. I'm not going to say not big or big. He's just a new one. Yeah, and that's not the reason really why I started singing and playing drums. Like
DJ Pee-wee.
DJ Pee-wee?
Oh my God. Do you know where that was?
It was at
Like Frothy Monkey. God damn it.
No, I can't actually tell where this was.
Yeah.
He's not saying, unfortunately. I just know it was here in town. That's too.
I love him. I mean, he's
amazing.
so underrated. I mean, singing and playing. It's like you don't realize how hard that actually is.
Yeah, he's a good ass drummer.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, I've seen him. I was like, oh shit, he's good.
when he was like, because I'd heard him play. I'm like, oh, it's like really good groove, really.
Yeah.
But then he was like, they're asking him a while, like, what drummers do you really like? And he's like, I really like J.D. Beck, and I love Mike Mitchell. And I was like, oh, if you're listening to Mike, then you like drummers. Like you like
You're in the trenches now.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, deep.
You're in it.
Yeah, I'm like,
deep
okay.
in him.
Then I heard a few things where he kind of chopped out a little. I was like, okay, yeah. All right, respect. Yeah, he's
that's what I
the
said
real
too.
deal.
Respect.
Serving the Nashville, Brentwood, and Franklin areas, Music Lab Nashville offers comprehensive hands-on music lessons in contemporary techniques and styles. Students learn from the most qualified instructors in state-of-the-art practice and performance settings. All ages, all styles, all levels. Visit nashville.musiclab.co to learn more and to sign up for a free trial lesson. Dude, okay, so who are you taking vocal lessons with?
So it's a guy called Cameron Keith Walls. He works at TSU. Shout out TSU. They just won a Grammy.
Yeah,
Cool.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
He kind of, was a part of that. He's a great vocal guy, a great guy all around. There's a lot of vocal stuff in like the Elvis movie. So he does a lot of that stuff like that, and just phenomenal guy. So I just kind of been taking it one day at a time,
Where did that itch come from to start singing?
We had a full like 5-6 piece band. We moved here, and stuff happens.
Yeah, it does.
So is this the same band that you mentioned from high school?
Yes,
Okay.
the same
And you guys
name.
moved from
Yes.
Louisiana to
Yes.
Nashville.
Actually, funny side story, real quick. How we got the name was we played a homecoming, and we got booed and made fun of the whole week of like the typical high school, like written on the posters. We were called When All Was Lost. And they scratched out all the letters and called us Well. And, we was like so distraught about it and stuff. And then one day we were like, wait, fuck. That shit's way cooler than fucking When I Was Lost. Like every time we would say that, it was like, well, so you play metal? We're like, oh, alternative rock. Like,
That's
oh.
WAIL, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What was their motive? I mean, I guess they were in high school, but like, gotcha, you're now whale.
Yeah. It's
I
just
don't
called
know.
being an asshole.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
At that
right.
time, it was just like they read on the posters. Like
Yeah.
people were like going around looking.
Yeah.
Like, y'all suck. Like, You know what I mean? Everybody just want to hear the, booty shaking music, stuff like that. But that's kind of how we got the name and stuff like that. But it's been the same, since. But, when we first came here, rock and rolling real fast, playing a lot of shows, a lot of showcase. And when deals and stuff get involved and big money gets involved, it's a crazy little thing. So, over time, it just, happened to be now it's just 2 people, core members. So it kind of changes the dynamic and stuff like that. And, pressure make diamonds. So I had to step up to the plate. Somebody had to do it. So I enjoy it, man. Like I said, I grew up in church with choir rehearsals and seeing my mom was a praise and worship leader. So seeing her sing in the house growing up, it was just like, but can I put it with the drums and my chops at the same? Is this even doable?
Man.
Yeah.
And it was hard because the mic stand. That's the thing. I respect the drummers who sing like this and play like this because it's like a weird feeling of like, you know what I mean? So that's why I like the pill mic. When I did that, it was like, oh, I'm free.
Yeah, I need to get that, man, because I'm like downtown. I'm doing.
I know.
Okay, all right.
I see.
Like, all right. That's and
hey,
it
you
also,
kill though. You kill. Like I used to have the nice one that you rest in peace, Taylor Hawkins. He used to use the overhead boom mic that you can just swing and just swing it back and it's swinging when you need it. So I used to have one of those, but then still got too much of like in the middle chop. It's still too much,
and and it doesn't matter how you set it. It's always kind of in the way.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Like if it were like. It needs to be, the mic stand would need to be like 2 feet taller so I can have it come just like straight here. If it could just be like that, I could do that. But it's not. They're not tall enough.
No.
I was thinking of John Bostwick when you were saying that because he's another singing drummer.
Yeah.
He's on tour with Parker McCollum right now. He's got one of those, I think it's like a big arch stand. It's like over his head. Yeah, and most of his photos, just the nature of the photography, like you always see this big, it's cool. I'll show you after.
But are you starting to feel now you're feeling comfortable with that?
Yeah.
Would you say, yeah?
Yeah, it's a whole breathing thing. I respect people that dance and sing, all the entertainers that, perform and move around and sing. It's a different, because you're using 2 different muscles. Like you're not used to using these muscles. As a drummer, you're not used to using vocal muscles and core muscles. And
right. All you're doing with your core muscles while you're playing is just stabilizing.
If you move like that, you can hear that in the mic.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you have to stay steady. Back to the
drum corps, right?
Back to the drum corps thing. Core.
It all comes back to drum corps. And I bet he plays the goddamn marimba.
Yeah, same kind of discipline. So I'm still drawing back from those days of being like, don't make the drum move. Like, don't make your voice move. Stay steady. Like, learn to breathe and still play. That's another hard thing, too. I got all the singing stuff down back. Then it was like, wait, I still got to be natural. I can't be, now I got to loosen up, kind of like, you know what I mean? So,
have you done the thing? So, this is the first person I heard of doing this was Usher. He sings his whole set while on the treadmill.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. Yeah. That like
I haven't done that, which now that you said it, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah,
but that will get you right.
Like, okay, so
that'll get you right
because you can't just be standing still. And for me, I'm like trying to figure out how to just because I'm just doing it downtown.
Yeah,
I'm like, but I would like to eventually be doing because I'm working on my own stuff.
Okay, okay.
Real low key. I brought my laptop. I'm gonna show these gentlemen a couple of things I've been working on.
All right.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to, I don't want to say too much. Never mind.
Yeah.
But
as we've learned.
But I want to. Yeah, I'm signing my own. I'm gonna write an NDA to myself.
I love it.
Yeah. Like, listen,
right.
Me.
Yeah.
You will not tell anybody about this.
Except on the podcast that we're airing.
Yeah. Right now.
But anyway, I really want to get comfortable. I'm just now starting to get comfortable singing in front of a crowd. I'm like that's a new boundary I'm breaking for myself.
Same.
One that I need to.
Same. It's talking for me. In between stuff. It's like, I'm not used to opening my mouth. I'm used to just,
really,
work setting the track, doing stuff. Now it's like, oh, you're looking at me. Oh, wait, I'm the okay.
Yeah.
So you're cool with the singing, but the talking is actually more.
So you mean like working the crowd,
it's
like
boom, done, big chain, big field.
bro, what we need
What's
to
the
do
next
is
song? How do you feel? What's going on? Acknowledge the crowd.
Yeah, that's a whole other art form, probably.
Whole
That I never,
other-
as
so,
drummers, we never probably
I
think
practice
about.
that in rooms, like just talking.
Yeah.
Like talking. The best way to do it is just be normal. Like all that structure stuff, I feel like it's not the way. Just be normal.
Yeah.
And just like read the room and be very relaxed, but also internally you're probably like dissecting things.
And at the same time, promoting the band.
Yes.
Next show.
Yeah.
New song.
Yep.
Yeah.
Management, et cetera, et cetera. So you got a lot of stuff that you're thinking about and process at the same time. So
follow us on LinkedIn.
yeah.
Congratulate us on our 5-year work anniversary.
Dude, well, between doing this podcast and playing downtown and just getting on the mic more and more, just to talk, I've went from when we started this being like fairly uncomfortable. Well, no, very uncomfortable with the idea of doing an event, of like getting on the mic and having to do like a public speech, to now I like, we're planning events and I'm going, I can't wait to get on the mic and introduce the people that we're going to have drum. I'm going to be like, this is my buddy Tayvieon. He rips. Y'all are going to love this. Blah, 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 blah. Here's his background. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Let's go. Like, I can't wait to do that now. I'm like, I'm excited. So I'm like, I hope that I can get that same level of excitement to sing in front of a crowd too.
Absolutely. I think downtown too, like how you play, that definitely helps with like being social with people and talking. That helps, playing around people, new people, all the time and have to entertain people you don't know.
Yes.
That's what you get used to. Once you master that, smooth sailing.
And you know what? You know what else was really helpful for me? And I wonder if you have anything like this in teaching golf, doing the swinging lessons like you said. For me, when I was working at Daddy's Dogs for those couple 2.5 years I was there, and then also anytime I was running register, because I also worked at Red Bicycle, the coffee shop.
Oh, dope.
So anytime I'd work register at either of those jobs, I felt like every customer that came in was my like social laboratory. I'm like, I got to see if like what kind of things I could say to them and they would have a good response to, and what things would just kind of fall flat. So I'm like learning to read people and just having kind of like hundreds of samples every day. I'm like, okay, that didn't work. All right, and maybe it was that person. No, it's just that kind of thing. I can't say that kind of thing to a person. Okay, all right. And I would try. I'm like, it doesn't matter.
And everything.
I would never I wouldn't like live dangerously, but I would just like, all right, what kind of things do people like to hear? What'll make a person's face light up?
I'm thinking of Nate as like American Psycho. Yeah. That movie, like my next subject. my test experiment.
Right.
Oh, I mean, maybe
just discard them afterwards.
Yeah. What I'm trying to think of what. I feel that Huey Lewis's early work was
one of my favorite movies.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
I just made Michelle watch that.
Have we both seen a movie? Wow.
We've both seen. He's not seen.
He would always get in my case. He still probably does.
He's seen like 10 movies in his whole life. I haven't seen a lot of
movies. That's a stretch. Let's say 6. Come on.
He's really not seen a lot of movies.
All right. Have you seen Forrest Gump?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I've.
All right, then you've seen movies.
Yeah. That's the bar. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the bar level. Nah, I'm joking.
Yeah. Well, so it sounds like you have all these really cool projects that you're balancing. Talk to us how you've managed that, and also what it's been like doing that in a city like Nashville. Like, how has the city embraced you? Like we were talking about earlier, like the stereotype of Nashville being this country town, but you came here with like this rock band.
Yeah. Was
that tough for you, starting out?
Yeah, actually. I feel like people try to make it sugar-coated like it's easy. No, it's not. It's not easy. But I think people respect work ethic.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of great drummers, but I always look for like that one thing. And, maybe I have that one thing, but I always look for that one thing like, what does that person lack? You know what I mean? It's like most of the time it's just like people kind of nonchalantly play songs, and it's like I try to take every gig that's covered seriously because you never know who's there. I've had so many gigs where I never knew, Jill Scott, people like phenomenal names and just, taking it serious and thanking myself like at the end, like, fuck, I'm so glad, like, I was not fucking around because this could potentially be a life switch for me, you know?
Yeah, that's a great
You don't
point.
have to take every gig, but every gig you take, you need to do it 100%.
Yeah, and just respecting everybody, you know? Just wanting to be a sponge. I tell people to be neutral and be spongy. Just be, you know, cool, man. Cool as a cucumber. And, like, you know, respect every scene and just learn from it all. And I think, you know, socializing, going out and, you know, just supporting. I don't think you always got to play to make your mark. Or, like, you know, I've had a lot of times where I've made a bigger step in my music career off the drums.
Yeah.
I've actually made most of my business off the drums on a golf course.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Socializing with lawyers, attorneys, you know, these people don't necessarily be behind the kit.
Yeah.
100%. And
It's true.
You know
why do you think all these
So,
business meetings are all on the golf course?
yeah,
right?
restaurants, cigar lounges, you know, places that, you know, just
Human
hobbies. Yeah,
relationships.
just different stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Just off topic, I went to this skate shop locally, met a world-renowned Italian speed skater. He's like got 3 gold medals and stuff. Dude sold me some new skates.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, it was insane. Like, he does it for a living. Like, we would drum for a living. Like, he races on street outside. Yeah, dude. Like,
Jeez.
try out, like,
Talk about a niche.
Like 20 miles, like 30, huge, like big circuits,
Wow.
Whoa.
Insane, dude. I know. And he told me about this abandoned airstrip in Nashville. I have like the little X on this map thing he gave me. He's like, I got like 30 kilometers out there and 50K out there, and you could just skate and learn your technique. And I'm just like, dude, I would love to go out there and learn from, like, dude, that's one of my dreams. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know nothing about speed skating. Let's just talk about that for a minute. First of all, in speed skating, what's considered around like average top speed when you get going? Do you know?
Man, down a hill, some of those guys can get up to, like, 30 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I've been redneck style behind a truck in Louisiana, putting pull at like 50, 60. But I have very expensive skates.
Yeah.
You know, so, because I took it serious. I wanted to compete and stuff like that. Only thing about competing is you have to pay to get to every tournament.
Yep.
And tournament could be here, LA, then back there. And if you're not competing or you're not winning when you get there, you know, you're just there.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, and in school, so it's kind of a big deal. But
Would you be getting paid for those competitions?
No, because it's all about sponsorships, and then when you get the sponsorships and speed skating, it's all about time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a big, you know, just to go California 5 days and go skate, and then don't make it, and then you miss school. You know,
Is that where it's
a lot
big in California?
Oh yeah, it's really big overseas. It just depends. You know, they got indoor, outdoor, just depends. And then they got ice, which I kind of got into when I got to Nashville because we didn't have a lot of ice skating rings at home. It was the same thing, though.
Right. Yeah.
Nothing different.
Not a ton of ice in Louisiana.
No. Hard to keep that around.
Yeah. So does your love for ice skating, does that translate into being a hockey fan?
So,
Going to Predators games here?
crazy story about me going to my first Predators game. On my only one. Only been to one game.
I love when a question unlocks a crazy story.
Yes,
That's good.
it's a crazy story.
let's hear it.
I've done a lot of like work at the Troubadour. It's like one of the most, shout out to Troubadour. They're like amazing. I can't even explain it to y'all, the most exclusive, amazing golf course in the United States. In Tennessee.
Yeah.
For sure. Like point blank. It's in College Grove, Franklin. And it's a guy out there that I've met that's a famous hockey player. And I want to see if y'all can guess his name.
Probably not the guy to ask.
I'm going to give you a hint.
Yeah. Gretzky?
Close.
That's probably the only person I know.
That's the only
He's
person
known,
in hockey I know.
He's retired.
Oh, that narrows it
Hall
down.
of Famer, though. And he's known for fighting. And he's from Canada.
I know nothing about hockey.
Can I phone a friend? Yeah.
I can't phone a friend. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to think.
I might know it once you say it, but
Yeah, I'm trying to
blanking.
think of a good. Okay, Brett Hull.
Yeah,
I actually do know that name.
Brett Hull.
Oh, okay.
Brett Hull. And
Yeah.
So you met him on a golf course?
Well, yeah, he's kind of like my step grandfather, kind of deal. Yeah. He's kind of like adopted me. No,
Okay.
but he's kind of like my family, kind of sort of. and we got to be good friends out of the course, stuff like that. And one day he tells me I used to be his personal driver. I still do a little stuff for him here and there, but mostly family events, stuff like that. But that particular day, they were going to the Bridgestone to a hockey game. And I was like, okay. I wasn't kind of realizing who he was. Like, it's crazy to go like to your first hockey game
with hockey
the
royalty.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
In the box. It kind of was like a lot to kind of process, but that's kind of like, that was my crazy story. Like, my first hockey game was with Brett Hull, with his family, in a box, eating I remember never forgetting a jalapeno pizza, and watching the Predators kick ass because they won that day. So, go Preds. Like, it was insane. And ever since then, I was like, this, even without the box, like, I want to be at, I've never been to hockey game. We don't have a hockey team in Louisiana, so no ice. So I'm like, man, that was cool. But yeah, that's my crazy little hockey story.
Yeah.
But no, he's known for knocking people out, though. It's amazing. He has like famous YouTube fights. This YouTube Brett Hull's fights.
I'm gonna look up.
That's awesome.
I'm taking so many notes here.
His too, like, he shows me all the time. I'm just like, Brett, like, you're scary now.
Oh, my God.
Scary now.
Jeez, like the Ray Lewis of hockey.
No,
or something.
seriously, yeah. Cool guy, though. Cool guy.
Have you been back to Bridgestone?
Oh, yeah.
Since,
I went to a concert a while back, Jelly Roll. Okay. That was kind of my most recent Bridgestone experience.
How was that?
Sweet, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good friends with Joe Cherniscotti, which is one of his producers. And I think he helped write Son of a Sinner.
Okay. Awesome.
Something like that. And man, it's really cool to see Nashville like support. It's like a trend now to support these new artists, new people coming up, and like new different sounds. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I met Jelly Roll in a sauna. I never even heard of him. Yeah, I was like,
man.
I was just like, he's just talking about doing music. He might just talk a lot in life, but like, when people in the sauna get like really uncomfortable, sometimes they'll just talk to like kind of pass the time. Yeah. And he's just going, oh yeah, man, talking about playing in town, and I was like, he mentioned that he's called Jelly Roll, and I'm like, okay, yeah. And he left. He's like, yeah, man, I'm trying to get in. It was at Lifetime Fitness in Franklin. He's like, I'm trying to get off that fat life and into the fit life.
Come on now.
And I was like, yeah. And like, he took off, and I'm like, Jelly Roll. Okay, I gotta look this guy up. Oh, apparently he's like hugely famous. And I had no idea.
I've heard of him.
Like,
well,
but
Jelly, man.
Maybe he needs to change his name. Maybe trim some fat that way, right?
Well, yeah, it's gonna be unfitting. Jelly Roll? What? You're like 150 pounds. It's a different part of my life. Yeah.
The craziest one I've seen, well, recently, I saw Nate at a Chick-fil-A.
Nate
Smith.
I thought that's who you were talking about.
That's what I thought you meant.
And the guy
Nashville?
that I was recording with had just done a session with him in the studio I was in. So I was like,
not this Chick-fil-A.
No.
Too close to
Chick-fil-A
home.
downtown, close to, I think it's like by
I just need to know, what Chick-fil-A do I need to hang out at in order to meet Nate Smith?
Yeah.
I love you, man.
Hey,
you're awesome.
We all love you, Nate. No, I don't think he saw me, but I saw him. I was like, hey, that's Nate. Man, everyone's here. Everyone has a stake here in Nashville. But
that's awesome. Yeah,
Dude,
really cool.
I'm so glad he's here.
We need to get him.
Yeah, we do.
On at some point.
Yeah,
he's just like, that's one of those dudes where like his name started to pop off, and I was like, okay, yeah. And I saw a few videos, and I was like, yeah, his groove is like really good. And then there was one video in particular, I can't remember where it was, but it just landed for me, and I was like, holy shit, this dude's pocket is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I really studied his one-hand singles. Like, he's really fast and just perfect.
Yeah.
Want to talk about bringing it back to like the singing and like reading the room and being present, right?
Yeah.
He just has such a command for especially his live clinics and concerts where he'll just like, he'll stop a groove and then bring it back, or he'll do like the audience participation.
I think that's his way of speaking, Some people don't have to speak through words, And I think that's a form of talent too. It's like, he don't have to necessarily, he spoke through that transition.
Yeah.
That was enough to you, like, holy shit. Like, I just felt that. Like, he's feeling that too. He's talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, you combine that with amazing groove, and it's like, that's very captivating.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. One of my favorite, and not just because he married in my family, but Jason Thomas from Snarky. Him and, Larnell, all of them, man.
All those dudes.
Oh, my gosh.
Man, all those guys. Mark Luther. I personally hung out with all them guys, and they're just so cool, like down-to-earth people.
Yeah.
Like, and just killer musicians, man. Like, I think they played the Ramen a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And he invited me up there and stuff. And man, I don't know if y'all like heard sound check drums in there, dude. He put me on the kit.
You have to go there. Yeah.
Oh my God. He was just hit and then he plays with a butt kicker.
Oh man.
It's like a green, it's like $500-$600, but dude, perfect, bro. Like for that kind of stuff, I feel like you need it because you got so many different rhythmic patterns. So like I feel like you need more than just to hear the bass. Like you need to feel it because it may go from a 6/4 to 5. You never know with Snarky. So I think seeing him do that and like get to experience that was a cool. I didn't get to play any songs, nothing like that. I wouldn't dare in there like that. It's a scary moment because you like I could leave people up there like you're like these people. Yeah. You can play anything you want in your mind, and they're gonna follow you. So it's like it's not a game. Dang. It's just like man, like when you sit in that seat, it's just like holy shit, like you're about to play with Snarky.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, that's
insanity.
I'm not gonna name the name of the group, but it is a well-known funk group, very well established, and they're fantastic. They're amazing. They're mind-blowing. But I remember seeing them play around the same time as Snarky Puppy and being like, wow, they just got blown out of the water.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was just because Snarky Puppy is so tight. Yeah. They're besides they're all incredible musicians in their own right. Yeah. They're playing these parts with so much maturity. There's so much thought put into every single piece of that. It's brilliant. It's amazing.
I agree.
Can't say enough good stuff about it.
No, can't.
So in your journey so far, have you had pretty cool experiences at specific venues, either here in Nashville or elsewhere?
Yeah,
you mentioned
absolutely.
getting to soundcheck at the Ryman, even though that wasn't your gig.
Yeah.
But any of those kind of moments where you're just like kind of bucket list or just a really amazing experience.
I've played the Whiskey. Go-Go in Cali. That was like that was pretty crazy. I just seen a lot of movies, so it was crazy to play there.
I thought you were gonna say Whiskey Jam. I was like, that's a level for some people, but for you, I was like, well, I didn't think that's what you were talking about.
Yeah. That was like something recent. That's just something recent. I've played for a lot of big gospel artists. I've did a lot of trials for a lot of big people. I've played in a lot of big venues and stuff. For me, it's just the experience, just taking it in and just like learning from it. I feel like
being that sponge.
Yeah. Because eventually you'll be there like all the way. How you want to be there and doing what you need to do. In town, I would say some of my favorite venues is like the Inn. Exit in the Basement East.
Yeah, all the East Nashville spots.
God, I missed the Exit in already.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it's just new management now, right? So
I don't know.
I'm on some email list, and I think they're having shows still.
What?
It's not like shut down or closed. Just new management.
Whoa, I was under the impression, and so was a lot of Nashville, they were closing.
Yeah, I think it was more of like
same.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But I think it's just like end of an era for the management.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No. Well, I'm glad to hear. It's one of my favorite venues.
Great venue.
They have a venue at Top Golf.
I've heard of that. Yeah,
it's dope. It's at Top Golf though. It's really
I still have never been to Top Golf.
Dude,
it's fun.
We need to go. I need to go golf with you, bro.
Dude, that could be a great podcast outing.
Let's
event.
Do it.
I got some good friends. That's good friends with Highly Suspect and Yellow Wolf. They do a lot of golfing.
Oh, no kidding.
And a lot of country guys like Morgan, Luke Bryan, just to name a few that be at the course all the time. Everybody golfs. It's fun, man. It's a good stress reliever.
It's good camaraderie building.
And it's a good way to get fucked up and enjoy yourself. And you're just chilling, Start off really accurate, then you get, really sloppy.
PGA, and as that's happening, you're caring less and less.
Yeah, then
this is great.
Let's just skip these 3 holes and just go to the restaurant.
Yeah.
Because they got restaurants out there on the course. At Troubadour, they have a thing called comfort stations.
Yeah.
So at every hole, not just one, at every hole you have a place. I'm giving their secrets out. They have these places where you could kind of tell them whatever you want.
Yeah.
And they'll give it to you. food-wise. So you'll come up on, like, say, this is, like, hole 1. You come up on hole 1, and then it has this big building with these nice, pretty ladies in there. They're like, hey, what do you want to eat, drink, or ice cream, or sundaes, or I want a goat milkshake with strawberries from... Like, this, it's that kind of place. Like, this is the
Vegan
most
options.
elite. These people pay $1 million for a golf membership without the house.
We got to get connected.
Good God,
somehow.
man.
And you have to have a house to have membership.
Okay.
So that's the and the house started at $6 million. So everyone out here from like from Hootie.
Yep.
Shout out to my boy Darius from Mark Killen, which is Tiger Woods' old putting coach. You got so many people. So there's a lot of people out there and stuff like that. But it's a really cool place to where you enjoy golf.
There was a spot in Ohio that I went and I stayed at. It was there was like
golf
a
resort.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Nice.
We got there late at night. We're playing shows out there. Kind of just like went and found the room, like went in this back way. Didn't really see how big the place was when I was coming in because, again, it's late dark. And I woke up and I started walking around. I'm like, wait, this place is enormous. And I walk into this locker room that's huge, by the way. I'm walking through it and I find the showers. I'm like, okay, there's showers back here. This is like a maze. And I turn around, and as I turn around, I realize there are names on the lockers. And I'm like, huh. Named lockers. Okay, these are like the players are here. And I look, and the very first name I saw was just Tiger Woods. I was like, this is Tiger Woods' locker.
Man.
Holy shit. I'm like, and I don't really even care about golf. But seeing that was like, that's weird. That's when he's here, which he does come here. Yeah. This is where he puts his stuff.
Absolutely.
I'm like, all right, cool. Wild. I'm in. I want to come back.
Yeah. That guy, he's an artist. They call him the artist.
Yeah.
He's definitely an artist at that. It's crazy how people can get, how to play, and then you realize, like, it doesn't matter how hard you swing. It ain't about that. Technique and flex. Different clubs have different flexes. You got, like, from older people seeing your flex, stiff, you got different kind of materials, graphite, different techniques that you can use to perfect your game to be. It's crazy, man. Yeah. It's just like drumming. Like, you can put a bottom clear head, on with a coated Emperor, or you can put a Evans on a, like I got an EMAD on my 16-inch Tom.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Like,
I got the EMAD on the kick, but I don't think I've ever gone
you have
the
the special order that's fair. They make floor toms. And I was like, dude, I heard videos of it. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
It's like
my buddy Cam does
like
that.
a 20 without being a 20. Like, it's insane.
It's really cool. It's super punchy.
Yeah, and it's perfect when you do a long field. Like, I got like 3 up, 3 down, so it's like perfect when I go down all the way down. It's just like perfect. That way, because I don't have a 22 gong drum kind of deal, but.
When you're mixing like in between kick in between that, it can sound like just like a crazy double bass fill.
Yeah. And then if you got double bass, sound like a triple bass.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a good segue, just kind of talking about your setup. And I love that parallel too. We often talk about athletes and how we can pull from some of the best. And but that's so cool, just like comparing the different tools of the club and like the different tools we have, right?
Yeah.
It's so deep to like the shell type material and like the drum heads, the sizes, all that stuff, cymbals, hardware, like every one of those details makes a difference in your sound.
Absolutely. I even go like so far, especially on albums like I record, I go from, light and dark cymbals. Like how I set it up, it usually infills here. So maybe I should have a darker cymbal here because there's a bigger drum. I watched a masterclass on Jonathan Moffett from MJ.
Yeah.
And just seeing how he's talking about just
he's got the behind. Right?
Well, yeah.
Talk about swag.
Yeah,
and like that.
right. And it's just like I didn't really put the time in of learning cymbals. You could be musical with just your cymbal choices.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know that. Like, it goes deep. Like, taking master classes of music and drumming is like, you can go deep as like, like 20 different inches, not really realizing growing up just buying cymbals and realizing like certain crashes are made for certain genres, certain sustains you may need in the studio. It's so many things that you can be like music and like critique about drum. That's what I love about it. You can just, it's colorful. One day you may be more artistic than the other day. I love it. What I'm saying? Like golf, like you may have a day you ain't played in 4 weeks, go out there and birdie and par the whole course and go under like 16, 13. When some days you may bogey the whole course.
Yeah.
It's just what happens.
Or you take out a club that you wouldn't normally use, and you get a
Absolutely.
cool result with it.
Absolutely.
Right? It's like taking out that splash or
Yeah.
trying
that trick
a
shot.
new stack combination.
Mm-hmm. Or getting a situation where you got to make do what you got.
Yeah.
Which always is the funnest one for me. It's just
Especially
like,
for live gigs, right?
Yep.
Yeah, those house kits.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what's your current setup on these gigs and then and also in the studio? What's
I'm
your go-to?
from company wise, I'm on collectors, gold badge, 3 up front, 3 on the side, 2 snares, running SPDX, working on getting a new one. Didn't even know a new one came out.
There's a new one out?
Yes, with way more inputs and way more crazier shit that you can do.
Yeah.
So definitely getting that.
Are you endorsed
No, I'm not.
with any of these brands?
I am not.
yet? Okay. Is
Not
that a goal
endorsed
for
with
you?
anybody. No, I talked to a lot of big cats, and it became not a goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were like, companies, people rush to do to get signed and
Definitely
to
do.
these and get endorsed, and it's like, but you're still paying for your equipment,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and it's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, like, but at the same time, from people I talk to, it's about caring. If they
Yes.
care, a lot of these bigger companies, bigger names, they don't really check on artists. And like I was talking to some of my family members that play big music and stuff, and they call and on holidays. I was like, wait, what? I thought it was just drumming. He's like, no, dude, they call, like, that's your rep.
yeah.
Yeah.
You have a rep, like they call, hey,
It
what are you
is-
eating
yeah.
today? You want to go out for lunch? Like,
Yeah, man.
that's your guy. And I was like, I didn't know it was that personal. He was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
this is why so-and-so left so-and-so to go, and I got him on here is because they're treating you a lot better here.
Totally.
So,
There's a reason, like, our artist relations manager, right?
Yeah.
Like John does a great job at Pearl.
Hmm.
And, other companies, of course, have great relationships, but that's all what it's about is those
Yeah.
personal relationships. It's not just about the product and
Yeah.
placing orders, and
Yeah.
that's so important. I think you have a good mindset just not to
Yeah.
rush into it. Like,
Yeah.
when it's right, like
And
any
I-
relationship, you can't force getting married or having a new girlfriend or
Right.
boyfriend, whatever it is. When the time is right, when you're
Right.
healthy,
Yeah.
it'll just be a natural.
Yeah, and I wanted to actually help. I don't want to do it just for the to spoke the company. I'd rather give the company money. Like, I'd rather go buy the drums. I like
Right.
buying drums. I don't mind.
Yeah.
You want to spend a couple grand on drums. That's an investment. It's like a car. You don't want to go out. Like you are in what you invest. So I don't mind buying my equipment and break it, but I don't mind that touring and I had to buy cymbals and that's cool for me. I want it to be when it comes to time where I need you guys. Like I don't have time to go to the store to buy them.
Right.
That's why I need
Exactly.
like it's a
Yeah.
bigger
Yep.
like when that happens, then I feel
text
like
your
that's
rep
when
and they
right.
got your back.
That's when I feel like it's needed. So like I don't mind not having the clout of not being signed like
Yeah,
like
sure.
this famous guy here.
Yeah.
Are you two guys?
Well, dude, it's like here,
I'm
what,
joking.
what I can say about what and
it's cool. It's cool. It's really cool. It is a goal, though. It definitely is a goal.
Yeah, man.
But
For sure.
but I'm on the same page as you. Like, I'm very, very happy with what I have,
Yeah.
the deal I have with Meinl.
Yeah.
But I don't want a drum set endorsement. I want to play whatever drums I want to play.
Yeah.
Like, Meinl has taken really good care of me, and like we talked before I signed anything. I'm like, so what's this going to look like? And it's a great deal. Anything I'm not getting for free, I'm getting at a fantastic discount, which is like I'm so phenomenally grateful for that.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if I put out any promotional material
Yeah.
where I'm like, I was playing on like if I were to play on your kit and put out, that would be like I'm violating my contract.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
that is limiting.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to do that with Meinl because I love playing Meinl.
Yeah.
Like, but shit, I don't want to be stuck on drums. Like, well, if I had an endorsement with whatever, Sonor or Pearl or Tama or whatever, which by the way, it is Tama, not Tama, you freaking plebeians.
No, not
Send it for the record, yeah.
No.
They're Japanese.
That's a hand slap.
Yeah.
I love it.
I actually had somebody in Anaheim. I said
Yeah.
Tama, and he's like, "Oh, you mean Tama?" And I was like, "They're Japanese. They don't have the ah sound, so
Yeah.
no."
You asshole.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, asshole. Anyway, I'm like, I would hate to be in a situation where I can't just put a freaking Frankenstein's monster kit together if I want to. You can't do that.
Yeah.
I want to be able to like play on Dan's kit and play on my buddy Seth's
Yeah.
drums and like all these different kits. especially because I'm at Forks once a week, just like drooling over snare drums. I'm like, man, I want that. I sure would hate to play on that and like violate some contract. Oh man. Oh, that's the Carl Palmer model. Oh man. Okay, I need that. Oh, and I need that Steve Smith signature snare drum from Sonor. That is the best.
You've been talking about that.
Oh, I'm gonna get that son of a bitch. I drool over it.
Oh man, I can't. Man, I go in there. I'm just like, I'm a cymbal guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird for me. It's like I'm starting to get a snare guy too. I'm starting to be a snare guy, but cymbals just get me every time. It's like, man, like I'm a Zildjian guy, so I'm always on there see all these effect cymbals and like the EFX in this line and all this. I'm just like, man, like these are crazy. Like I want every single hi-hat combination possible. Need all of them until I turn it over and it's like $650. I'm like, oh,
yeah. I guess this will do. Like you said, I mean,
I'll take that discount.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's true.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like cymbals are kind of the lost drummers you probably gravitate towards. Like, oh, the snare. What snare is that? Or, the shells and like. But cymbals are arguably more impactful over the tone and the color that you're able to achieve. Right?
That and that snare drum. I think that's the two. Man, if you get a bad snare,
oh, dude,
bad. But you get a good one. I played on one. I always tell. I don't know, that's for me. For a good snare, when I can like drop the sticks at the edge and it buzzes like
automatically.
Instantly. Yeah. It's like,
oh
shit, what is this? Then I'm looking like, what the fuck? Like, what is this? Right? Oh yeah. Now we're in there, baby. Now we're in there.
Oh, okay. Yep.
That's good.
Yeah. How about, in church, which is crazy. I don't know if y'all ever seen this combination. These guys put what they call like true tuners or like tuner locks on these snares with these doubled hoops with Kevlar marching heads.
That's your thing lately, right? Yeah.
I shit you not.
I've been playing the Kevlar hybrid.
I thought when I first saw it, I was like, no way, that's what I play at the school. Like, it's on a snare? You can do that? He's like, dude.
That's allowed?
I was like, oh my, this is best piccolo you'll ever, or best side snare ever. I trigger a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I can use any drum, honestly. So, stuff like that, I'll put a trigger on that, and that'll be a clap and a bass drum, all kind of shit trigger at the same time. So, it'll be crazy.
Have you messed around with the sensory percussion at all?
Not really. I got friends that do, though.
Yeah. I haven't personally experimented it.
I've heard it's good.
Yeah,
I really want to mess around. I've seen a bunch of videos of people, but I'm like, is it just random? Some of these videos I've seen, I'm like, that just seems kind of weird. But a few have been dope. I'm like, all right. What's that guy's name that plays for us?
How applicable that is.
What are they called? The Sunlux.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they were using him for sure.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, all right. There's some cool stuff to be had from that. I'd like to mess. I
think they just partnered with Evans for like the mesh.
Oh,
heads.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So there's two things I want to get to real quick. One is I wanted to say and commend you for something that you've kind of brought it back to multiple times in this interview, and just it's something I've known from knowing you. You've talked about one being like a sponge. That's obviously very important to you and you value it. And the other thing that you've brought up multiple times in just my course of my friendship with you, you're really big on being respectful. Like, had a bunch of conversations about that. You're like, yeah, man, it's like, this is like, it's cool to be one of the dopest cats, but like, it's so valuable to be a respectful person. That's bigger than drums. Yeah. So that's one thing I wanted to commend you on.
Thank you.
And then I wanted to ask you, what's next?
The next big move?
Yeah. You don't have to say it if you don't want to, but what's the direction of this year for you?
A major record deal. That's the goal. We've been really working on. I say a little bit about it. Culturally, it was, rock music is just, it's like, it's been such like a one lane kind of thing. Like, you find these guys that play rock music that's like, back in the Dave back in the 80s, you know, and all these great bands, which are great. But I feel like sound innovates. So, like, I feel like you should also find, like I said earlier, like, find ways that it's not just 50-year-old guys listening to rock music anymore. There's kids, there's teenagers, there's women, there's the LGBTQ. Like, there's so many people that listening. Like, you have to, I feel like everyone knows Thriller.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what genre you listen to on a daily basis. You know Beat It.
Yeah.
You know Billie Jean, you know these songs, and I feel like that is the epitome of being a true, like, I think Janet Jackson said it. She said between being like famous and like a cultural icon, an icon of being like a famous guy, or like you know, like iconic brings and breeds ways for people to come behind you and creates lanes for them to prosper in the genre. I just feel like for us, I wanted to bring different elements in rock music, from hip-hop, R&B, to country, and other stuff combined in these rock songs with production. I love MGK. I love what Travis Barker does. I love the Willow Smith. I love all the new, I love tones. Yeah. I love hearing what people like, like I'm always in the charts, like, who's charting? I always check that every day. I'm like on every Apple Music thing, just like what is people listening to? I want to know what people like. It may not be what I like, but I want to know what they like, where I can kind of make what I got sound like or something, certain like this. So,
is there any kind of parallel where I can do something that would scratch that itch for me and for them?
And nowadays, social media has made it to where it's like, music is one part of it. That's supposed to be the automatic, nowadays. It's supposed to be like, so many people are catered to sounds. Yeah. You can bring back 80 sounds, and then they'll hear, like, that's like from the 80s. Like, that's like, but nowadays people are catering, like, are used to certain claps, certain snares. So it's like, if you don't use those certain claps, certain snares, sometimes it's like, it's not used to the ear. So I've learned certain stuff, like easy to listen to stuff, just a lot of stuff to, look over and just, think about. Definitely is like, very important. Yeah. I believe, for sure.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, it's a cool being famous, which is almost like a selfish mindset, right? Like, it's like, I've reached this level, versus iconic, trying to impact a generation and kind of
and that's
pave the way for other people and impact society.
I want to cater to everyone. I hate how like some people don't know Foo Fighters, but some people do. Yeah, and it's not their fault. They're amazing, iconic, always will be. But for my personal, I want to be able to touch everyone. Like, all people is one accord. Like, I love all people. So it's like, why would I cater to one audience when I could cater to everyone? Yeah, man. Because I got friends everywhere. So it's like, why not try to bring some different vibes to rock music? I feel like it needs it right now. It's got different things going on that's way more important. Yeah. So I think that's just one of the secrets that we've been working on musically, just kind of intertwining genres. Like, right now, Lil Yachty has just became #1 on Billboard in alternative rock.
That's crazy.
Rock. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah.
And literally all he did was he put his style on a rock beat. Mm-hmm. Yep. Integrating styles. Yeah. Now he has an audience from his rap, and with his new audience for his rock.
Talk about a good marketing strategy,
which combines money, which combines fans, which combines promotion, which provides PR, all that. Yeah. Streaming, more, all that. And people, like, the label, all the people think like that. And I'm just like, man.
You and I are on the same track, because this, low-key, this new Fly Information record is going to have quite a few very, very dancey, like, if you've ever heard of Dancey Prog, I don't think you have. Until now.
I cannot wait.
It's gonna be like there's some pretty, like,
what's the name of it again?
Fly Information. Yeah, dude.
Ooh, check them out.
You're gonna check out the old album, and then, like, just know this next album is gonna be like, there's quite a few, like, EDM influenced thing, because our guitarist Dante went to that big EDM festival, and he was like, this just blew my mind. I had so much fun.
Oh, the big, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
He's like, I had the best time, and I want that for us. I want people to be at our It's like, no one's going to dance to this other stuff. I want them dancing. I was like, yes, thank you.
Whoa.
we're coming to a close here. I want to ask a couple Nashville-specific questions.
Let's do it.
Actually, I'm going to pass it to Dan because Dan's going to ask
No pressure.
his usual.
Oh my God.
I like the pressure.
Do you do the hot chicken in Nashville?
One place.
Where?
No. I'll tell you about 2 places. Only 2 places.
Only 2 places, ladies and gentlemen.
Helen's Hot Chicken.
Helen's. Okay.
That sounds hot.
Princess Hot Chicken.
Princess.
Okay.
Princess is the free.
Where's
But
Helen's?
the one, I go to the Princess. I know one of the locations burned down. I'm not familiar. But I go to the Food Mart.
Okay.
It has one in there. Dude. And I'm from Louisiana, so I like it.
Spicy.
They got this one I get, I think it's with ghost pepper and habanero. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't do that.
It's one you feel later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's so great.
Yeah, that's that real Cajun spice when you feel it later. It always go down good. But later, man.
You're like, what did I do? Oh, yeah.
I tell y'all a quick, crazy story. I know I got a bunch of them. I know the owner of Princess.
Okay.
It's an older woman, regular older woman, go to the church. So
Yeah.
I met her at another restaurant, and one of my friends spotted her. I said, that's the owner. I said, oh, I got to go meet her, you know? And then getting cool with the older lady and stuff. And she apparently, you know, he was joking about how I like spicy stuff. She's like, well, baby, I got something in the car. I said, okay, well, you know, I'm thinking, you know, she got this new recipe.
Yeah.
She keeps this fucking sauce that she can't sell because she got sued
Oh,
my
no.
God.
a
Yeah.
couple of times,
Yeah.
bro. And it's fucking like black,
Yeah.
like almost.
Oh.
And she's like, you put this on your chicken. I'm going to give you a little bit to take home.
Oh my God.
Bro, I still have it to this day.
Oh my
I
God.
put
That's
drops.
a story. Yeah.
Bro, I don't know what it's made, but she can't sell it. You have to ask her,
Yeah.
and you have to sign something, then she'll make it.
An NDA.
It's like
Seriously.
straight up, what is that? Acid is like capsaicin or something like that? It's like, it literally is like, they put it in the bottles called the bomb. It's like, it's black. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like really, almost like super dark purple.
Yeah.
Like, it will just destroy you.
Wow.
I
What she puts that shit?
I wonder if
Man.
that's what it is.
Right. No, but dude, it's not fun. Like, nothing will help you.
I have, okay.
But you enjoy that.
Yeah. I like hot shit. Like, I like, I grew up on seafood.
Yeah.
Crawfish, boudin.
Yeah.
I wish I would have known. I would have brought y'all king cake. I got a couple of them shipped in. I definitely bring that back.
Well, dude, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you
here. This is
guys.
awesome.
Yeah, man.
Amazing.
Glad we finally got to make it happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just one last question, whether this makes it or not, but I
Let's do
noticed
it.
your Hustle Hard necklace. For those,
Yes.
if you can see this on the video, but he's wearing this Hustle Hard necklace. So
This is
just
my
quick,
one of my favorite.
yeah,
things.
tell us, what that means to you.
So I'm a big, as you can see, I love diamonds. I love jewelry.
Dude, yeah, your swag right now, also the jewelry, the watch.
Man, shout out
point.
to Icebox, man. Their website is, man, they make stuff affordable, like legit. I wish I had a little tester. Like, dude, like it's just, like I swim with this in the summertime. Like, like I sweat. I play drums in this. Like,
Yeah.
I told, like, I'm doing my
I can
research and
confirm.
I'm like, yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
like, man, if I don't, it's no point of wearing this cool shit if you can't even like go out in it. Like, I'd
Dude.
rather not even do it.
Yeah.
And no, I got it because I just want to be reminded to hustle hard, man.
Yeah,
all
man.
the time,
Hey, man,
bro.
that work
Hustle.
ethic.
Yeah,
Yeah, you seem like someone that's just always on a 10 and
trying, bro.
apply that to
I
all
be
areas of your
trying.
life.
I be trying, bro. Definitely
Yeah.
something I seek to do and stuff like that. But yeah, spend money on something. I feel like it's more obligated to kind of like honor that, or like
Yep.
you put your hard-earned kind of money and soul into it. So it's like I was like, man, I want something to say hustle hard. I
Yeah.
saw that thing, I was like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, man.
I love that.
Definitely.
That's great. Well, hustle hard. It's a good way to end it.
Hustle hard, yeah. Everybody hustle hard, bro.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Nashville Drummers Podcast. If you liked it, please consider leaving us a review on the Apple Podcast app.
This episode was recorded at Diamond Sound Studios located in Nashville, Tennessee.
Check out our new website, NashvilleDrummersPodcast.com. And if you're not already following us on Instagram, you can follow us at Nashville Drummers Podcast. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Put it on me, you the sinking. Put it on me, you just emotional.